question for you. How do you feel about being in your body? Many of us have developed different coping mechanisms to either numb or dissociate and feel discomfort because we feel pain in our bodies. So my question is, how do you actually feel about being in your body? And whatever the answer is, it's okay giving yourself the space and the grace and compassion to whatever that is for you right now. I invite you today to be curious, to look in to the body, to bring some safety with me today by using the tool EFT tapping. So I know, like I said, for many of us, we have developed these coping mechanisms, and even though we are in these bodies, we run and function through this world each and every day with this body, there are parts of us that might feel disconnected. And definitely, bringing some compassion towards, the reasons we may be doing that. And so I invite you today to take a moment and tune in to what comes up when you think about how you feel being in the body. And I invite you to be curious. Just use it as information and the best you can to not make any judgments or meanings of what comes up. So just really honoring what is wanting to be heard today. And I ask you, what emotion do you associate with that feeling about being in your body? Does it bring up some grief or sadness, some anger, some frustration? I know sometimes there can be a mixed feeling, love-hate relationship with the body. There's all this talk about loving the body, and yet part of us might feel like maybe the body's working against us. It's not doing what we want it to do. We don't like how it looks, or, there might be some disappointment. And so just really honoring what that is for you, and to give yourself the space to be able to verbalize and really hear what is lying underneath the surface. And now the next question I will ask you is, where in the body do you feel this emotion that is connected to how you feel about being in the body? So it might be a place in your body that you feel some tension or some stuck energy, or perhaps a place where your attention is immediately drawn to. Maybe it's a part of your body that you feel some numbness. And perhaps you're not sure and you don't feel a place in your body, and that's okay. So just being okay with that, and being curious, inviting the body to speak to you, to let you know, because our bodies are talking to us all the time. It's just that we've grown so accustomed to kind of ignoring the signals because we have to do things and get going in life. And I think for most of us, we have not been taught to really listen and honor to the body, listen and honor the body's signals, right? Even at a young age, right? We are taught in school that we have to ask for permission to go use the bathroom, or being told when it's time to eat. And so although we can understand, why that might be the case, I think it's important to acknowledge and that, that we have been trained from a young age to, even to ignore and put aside those sensations. So, excuse me, I'm just gonna clear my throat. Okay, so if you are new to EFT, or also known as tapping, is a somatic tool where we tap on a series of acupressure points on the face and body while we speak phrases out loud. And what this does is it sends a signal to the part of the brain that governs our fight-flight responses and helps bring the cortisol levels down and allows the nervous system to come to a place of peace and calm. And from there, we are able to get out of survival mode, and we can access more solutions and possibilities for ourselves and our lives. So for those who just joined us, we are tapping on how we feel about being in the body and being really honest with ourselves in what that is for us right now, and giving ourselves compassion and grace towards whatever that is. So I invite you to tune in for a moment and just, ask yourself, how do you actually feel about being in the body? And then what emotion is connected to that feeling or sensation? Okay. All right, so I'm going to guide you through the points. You're going to follow along with me, and I'm going to speak a phrase out loud, and you'll repeat after me. And as always, if any of those phrases or words do not resonate with you, feel free to replace them with ones that feel more true to you. Okay. All right, so let's take some gentle breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, just to bring ourselves fully to this moment. Setting aside anything that was happening before this, and setting aside anything that's to come next. Giving yourself this brief moment in time just for you to be here, to be present with the body, to listen to the body, to acknowledge the body, and offer it some love. All right, so we're going to start by tapping on the side of the hand, and we're going to start with our setup statements. So like I said, you'll repeat after me. Even though I'm not sure how I feel about being in my body, I have mixed feelings. That's okay. I'm choosing to honor and accept how I feel. Even though I have a complicated relationship with my body, I'm giving myself the space to voice this now. And I'm choosing to love and accept how I feel. Even though there are parts of me that don't feel happy about my body, I am choosing to deeply and completely accept how I feel. All right, now let's move to the top of the head. I have mixed feelings about my body. Inside of the eyebrows, I have a complicated relationship with my body. Side of the eyes, sometimes it feels like my body is working against me. Underneath the eyes. And so I feel some disappointment and frustration. Underneath the nose, I know I'm supposed to love my body. Underneath the lips, but there are times that I just don't. Underneath the collarbones, these mixed feelings that I have. Side of the ribs, you can do it like this or like a bear hug, like so, whatever feels most comfortable. There are times that I feel let down by my body. Underneath the chest. And there are times that I just wish it was different. Now tapping the inside of the wrist together. Sometimes being in my body feels hard. Top of the head. Especially when I feel pain or discomfort. Eyebrow points. Or perhaps I feel numb and I feel nothing at all. Side of the eyes. How I feel about being in my body. Underneath the eyes brings up some emotion for me. Underneath the nose, I am feeling, and go ahead and fill in the blank with the emotion you feel. I'm feeling some sadness. Take a nice breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And I'm feeling this emotion and go ahead and fill in the blank to where you feel it in your body. I am feeling it in my chest. Underneath the collarbones, can feel a little uncomfortable. Side of the ribs. I wonder what it is that I need. Underneath the chest, to feel a little more at ease with my body. Wrist points. I wonder what it is that I need. Top of the head, to feel a little more at home in my skin. Eyebrow points. Perhaps I can forgive myself. Side of the eyes, for the times I've neglected my body. Underneath the eyes, for the times that I ignored my body. Perhaps those were just ways to cope. Underneath the collarbones, maybe I can offer myself some compassion. Side of the ribs, and a little understanding. Underneath the chest, I wasn't taught or modeled how to love and honor the body. Wrist points. In fact, I was modeled the opposite. Top of the head. So maybe it's okay that I didn't know what I didn't know. Eyebrow points. So I'm taking this time now side of the eyes to deeply listen and honor underneath the eyes to my body and how it actually feels. Underneath the nose. And maybe it's okay if I don't know exactly how to do this yet. Underneath the lips. But I'm open and willing to take one step. Take a nice breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Underneath the collarbones. Maybe that one step can be side of the ribs to notice my body's signals. Underneath the chest and choose to listen to it. Wrist points. I am taking this one step at a time. Top of the head. And I'm open to creating a more loving relationship with my body. Eyebrow points. Thank you, body, for being mine. Side of the eyes. Thank you, body, for allowing me to move through this world. Underneath the eyes, for being my vessel to create and express. Underneath the nose, and I'm choosing to love you more and more every day. Underneath the lips, I love you. To my body, I am telling you, I love you. Side of the ribs, I love you. Underneath the chest, I love you. Wrist points, I love you. All right, let's take a pause there. Take a nice gentle breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And tune into the body. How are you feeling now compared to before we started the tapping? How do you feel about being in your body? And, perhaps you feel a little more at ease. Perhaps other things have come to the surface, which is, totally okay. Sometimes when we tap on some of the surface issues, it can allow the body to start to feel safe, to kind of start to uncover some of the things that are lying underneath. So if there's some more emotion that's coming up for you, just really giving yourself some compassion and space to honor that. And let me know if you need any more support. But yeah, I'm curious how that felt to tap on this subject, because I know it can feel a little sticky. It's something that I've been working towards, and every day it's a journey to really honor and listen to the body in a way that's really truly loving and compassionate. So I'm curious, please let me know how this was, and just take it, like I said, a step at a time. And it's like learning a new skill, right? To, notice, this sensation that we feel, or this tightness, or this reaction we might have internally, even if it's subtle. I invite you to, rather than ignoring it or setting it aside, to really tune in and listen and get curious to what that might be telling you. So, and I think part of it is learning to trust the body. This is something that, we'll definitely tap more on in the coming weeks. Okay, thank you. Great topic idea to tap on embodiment. I stopped everything to gratefully. Oh, thank you, Grace Sea Life. I'm glad that you found this helpful. And yes, you're very welcome. So I am going to have an in-person workshop here in Tucson on Saturday, April 13th. It's a sacred dance workshop where we will utilize the somatic tool of EFT and some meditation, mindful movement, and some art therapy to bring some love and compassion to the body. So kind of on this topic that we tapped today, but we're going to go even deeper. So I will have some more details coming soon on that. So stay tuned. Otherwise, I hope you found this helpful, and please have a wonderful rest of your day. And I invite you, like I said, to just, really hold your body in this new tender and sacred way, just really like you would a little child, right? Hold its hand and, perhaps even saying I love you at the end. I don't know how that was for you, but when I started doing that, I know for me it felt a little awkward at first, so it might take some practice to feel a little more at ease around even saying I love you to the body. But it's definitely a game changer, so I encourage it. All right, well, take care. Have a wonderful rest of your day.